good afternoon. Here is the news at noon. First, the highlights. Lagos State government strengthens project management to drive development. President Tinubu pledges robust framework to develop livestock farming. On the Warrington, India warned of heavy rainfall winds as Cyclone Dana causes disaster. And in sports, Super Eagles makes 2024 National Team of the Year nomination for CAF Awards. And now the details. I am Mike James. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has underscored the critical role of project management as a driver of effective governance and sustainable development through the enforcement of best practices in project management. Governor Sanwo-Olu stated this at a one-day workshop on mastering effective project management strategies for success, organized by the Office of the Chief of Staff through the Project Implementation and Monitoring Unit, PIMU, in collaboration with the Project Management Institute, PMI USA. Represented by his deputy, Obafemi Hamzat, the governor highlighted his administration's commitment to advancing public sector efficiency through strategic project management. He noted that the workshop aimed to refine the skills of top officials to ensure that public projects are delivered on time, within budget, and to high standards, thus boosting the government's reputation and accelerating Lagos's growth trajectory. Managing Director of Project Management Institute, PMI, Sub-Saharan Africa, George Asamani, commended the state for its forward-thinking approach to public administration. He also lauded Lagos's ongoing efforts to invest in the professional development of its officials, calling it a model for other cities across the continent. Speaker of the Lagos State House of Assembly, Mudashiru Obasa, says there are no plans to scrap the 37 local council development areas LCDAs in the state. Obasa stated this at a second public hearing on the bill to amend the local government administration law of the state. The Speaker, who was represented by his deputy Mojisola Lasbat Miranda, recalled that about 2 weeks ago, a public hearing was held to deliberate on the electoral bill for the local government election, which he said is the first right step before the House could go into how the local government should function. He said the bill has elaborated all that needs to be done for an effective administration of the local governments, including declaration of assets, nomination of a chairman, removal of a chairman or vice chairman, discharge of functions of the chairman, local government area supervisors, appointees, executive powers of the local government, street naming, and many more. Our correspondent, Abiola Fagbalagan, reports that the law, when passed, will allow the local government to function optimally with strict adherence to the rule of law and separation of powers. The Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, has clarified that the old series of 200, 500 and 1,000 Naira banknotes will remain valid indefinitely, refuting claims that the notes would cease to be legal tender by December 31. Acting Director of Corporate Communications, Sidi Hakama, emphasized that such reports are false and intended to disrupt the nation's payment system. According to him, the order of the Supreme Court of Nigeria had granted a prayer of the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice to extend the use of old Naira banknotes subsist. CBN reaffirmed its commitment to ensuring that all Nigerian banknotes, including both the old and redesigned series, remain in circulation. And now to the rest of the stories. President Bola Tinubu has pledged a robust framework to stimulate prosperity in livestock farming. Tinubu made a commitment when he declared open a 2-day consultative workshop on livestock reforms at the State House Conference Center, Abuja. It would revamp and reposition the sector to create employment and attract foreign celebration and beauty of diversity for unity, as well as increase investors' confidence in the state.
When you look at the journey, we need to begin to tell our stories and be able to sit down with them and also understand more about our values and all that. And that's the more reason why we've came up with this Lagos Cultural Mission. And what we intend to do is to engage our story, intensify our story, to make sure that we also appeal to lovers of Lagos. Let's see how we can help each other. Let's see how we can continue to cater for more youth on the street and all that. We have a lot of talent on the street now. We have a lot of people who so much believe in adding value to Lagos, Nigeria, but they're looking for platforms and leverage on how to do it.
The Director General, National Institute of Cultural Orientation, Biodun Ajiboye, hinted that the institute now has a monotechnic to train the youths on Nigerian culture, comparative culture and cultural diplomacy to preserve the nation's rich cultural heritage for generations to come. The special guest of honor, the Oluwo of Iwo in Osun State, Oba Abdul Rashid Akombi, who commended the Lagos State government for putting the Nigerian entertainment sector on the international map for the promotion of the African culture, maintained that he enjoyed the controversial side of life to provide content for intellectual debates.
I was sent to put the kingship in the right perspective, and I'm doing that. Lagos has done a lot when it comes to cultural promotion. I am doing mine. Let me tell you, before I become king in the world, people don't hear about the world. But today, people they cannot rest.
U.S. Consul General in Lagos, Will Stevens, promised more collaborations with the Lagos State government using innovation to solve global challenges and commended Nike Art Gallery for bringing her works of art for cultural unity. The host and founder of Nike Art Gallery, Chief Nike Okundaye, who appealed to the Minister of Interior to make visa application easy for tourists, also advocated visa on arrival for tourists to encourage more investment in the creative and arts sector.
That is why we actually brought the minister to make the visa easy for people to come all the way from US who want to help us. There is a lot of people from different countries, but the visa is very difficult over there for them to get Nigeria. We want them to make it easy for a visa on arrival in Nigeria.
The Lagos Cultural Mission, which showcased the different African foods, cultural display by Lagos troupe and Chinese representatives, had in attendance cultural enthusiasts from across different continents. And now to foreign news. Cyclone Dana has uprooted trees and power lines after making landfall on India's eastern coast, and the authorities warned of heavy rainfall and intense winds. Odisha Chief Minister Mohan Maj, who said no deaths have been reported so far, noted that the zero casualty mission has been successful with cooperation of everyone. District official Siddharth Swain said the storm had left a trail of destruction in the coastal town of Puri. At least 1.1 million people in the states of Odisha and West Bengal were relocated to storm shelters. Over to sports news. The Confederation of African Football, CAF, has nominated the Super Eagles for 2024 National Team of the Year award. In a post on X, CAF listed other nominees to include national teams from Angola, Burkina Faso, Ivory Coast, DR Congo, Morocco, Mozambique, South Africa, Sudan and Uganda. The teams have all demonstrated exceptional performance in recent competitions, making the race for this award highly competitive. Meanwhile, Nigeria's Stanley Nwabali has been nominated for the Goalkeeper of the Year award. Nwabali will battle 9 other top goalkeepers for the award. The Chippa United shortstopper had an impressive outing for the Super Eagles at the 2023 Africa Cup of Nations earlier in the year. He's currently one of the highly rated goalkeepers in the South African League. The 2024 CAF Awards will hold in Marrakech, Morocco, on Monday, December 16. And that was our news at 12, but just before we go, always carry out proper and adequate checks on your vehicles before setting out. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms: X, Traffic Radio 961, Facebook, Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, Instagram, Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch our news and programs live on YouTube, Traffic Radio 961. And you can also visit our website. It's www.trafficradio961.ng. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration supplied 86,012 furniture sets to 775 public schools? You can get more details on the Lagos State Government website. And to end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has underscored the critical role of project management as a driver of effective governance and sustainable development through the enforcement of best practices in project management. President Bola Tinubu has pledged a robust framework to stimulate prosperity in livestock farming. We also told you that Cyclone Dana has uprooted trees and power lines after making landfall on India's eastern coast, and the authorities warned of heavy rainfall and intense winds. In sports, the Confederation of African Football, CAF, has nominated the Super Eagles for 2024 National Team of the Year award. And for contact with the newsroom, send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. That ends the news broadcast. It was compiled by Sadiq Yusuf. Thank you very much for listening. My name is Mike James. Fantastic Friday afternoon to you.